Hi, I'm doing this video about deviated septum surgery and chronic sinusitis. Yesterday I had my deviated septum and chronic sinusitis surgery. I was struggling with chronic sinusitis on my right side for 6 months. I have been given steroids. I have been given antibiotics. I was giving maybe six different antibiotics to try to kill the bacteria and to kill the fungus and bacteria. After 6 months of struggling, I went to a sinus doctor who did the sinuplasty balloon therapy procedure. So a month and a half ago, I did the sinuplasty balloon procedure. Basically, he numbs your face. He sticks up a thin piece of metal up your nose, and he numbs your whole face. And you wait like 10-15 minutes till your whole face is numb. And he brings you into a room with a big screen, and he goes in there and he sticks the balloon inside your forehead, brings it all the way up, blows it up with the balloon inside, and then he suctions everything, and then he also suctions everything inside your cheeks, on your nose, on your forehead. And I'll tell you, it was very traumatizing. It's traumatizing because you're awake for the whole thing, and it's traumatizing. Alright, so I had that done, and the same day they put this gauze around your nose because it's going to be bleeding heavily with clots, blood clots and everything. So for one day it was bleeding, and then after a day or so they make you do the rinse. They make you do the rinse. It's called Neomed. So they give you they tell you to buy a bottle. They put salt, Epsom salt in it. You put like packets of salt every time you take a packet of salt. And every time you do a rinse, you take 1 packet of salt. You put it in the water. Never sink water. Always, the bottled water. And so you stick it inside. You put the salt in the Neomed. You put it, and then you squeeze it inside your nostril, and it comes out the other side, so it cleans it out. Then you do it with the other one. 2 weeks I did this. I went back to the doctor who did this balloon sinuplasty procedure, and I went back to 2 weeks after to follow up. They looked inside with a little camera. They said everything seems good. Well, right after I left their office, a week after, I started getting symptoms again. I was getting symptoms of my chronic sinusitis, my infection, bacteria infection, fungus. It was not good. So days and weeks after, well, it's already been a month and a half, and 2 weeks after I went for follow-up, and they looked up the nose. They said, oh, everything looks fine, seems fine. A couple of days later, I started getting symptoms again. My forehead was swelling up, my nose was swelling up, my cheeks were swelling up. The chronic sinusitis was coming back after that procedure. I called him back. I said, what's going on? Because what happened was, during my 6th month of the chronic sinusitis, I was developing an infection and fungus, and it was causing a lot of bad breath in my mouth. And the taste and the flavor was disgusting. It tasted like feces. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but it tasted like feces. I apologize if anybody's getting grossed out, but you need to know this. So the chronic sinusitis and the infection that I had with the fungus, it was creating like a very bad smell in my nose, and it was going in my mouth, and it literally smelled like feces and burnt metal, but it was disgusting. It made me feel so insecure. And here's what you need to know. So a month and a half ago, this balloon sinuplasty therapy did not help. Yesterday, I got a deviated septum. I went to surgery to another doctor who I was referred to by somebody in our community who had it done as well. And yesterday, I had surgery at 7 o'clock in the morning for a deviated septum because the nose of my bridge was broken and it was leaning to the right. And and he also did the chronic sinusitis procedure as well during the surgery. And he told me that I had so much pus. I had so much pus and bacteria from the pus that it came shooting out when he went inside to fix the deviated septum. And he lasered the bone. I have plastics in my nose right now because I have to get it taken out in 6 days from now. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and 5 days from now, I have to get the plastics outside my nose taken out. It's inside, but he has to go inside and take it out, but he has to leave it in there. And I got the surgery done. I feel like my forehead is feeling better. The side of my nose is feeling better. My teeth are feeling better, because what happened was during this whole time of this chronic sinusitis, my whole right side was getting affected, and it was so horrible. It was so horrible to tolerate. It was so uncomfortable and so painful. And finally, I got the surgery done for deviated septum after a month and a half of going to the balloon therapy, which did not work. It doesn't work for everyone. And by the way, if you have a deviated septum and you do balloon therapy, it's not the answer. If you have a deviated septum, you got to get the surgery done for the deviated septum, because one cancels out the other. And what happened was, when he did the balloon therapy, the sinuplasty balloon therapy, it was still, the broken deviated septum, the bone was still leading to the right, so I wasn't able to clean up everything, because it was still rising and rising, because it's not able to have a clear passage. So what I wanted to let anybody who's watching this, so I wanted to do a little documentary about this. I have a lot of blood coming down. I went today to the surgeon. He took out one of the cotton swabs that was in there. It was like very, very, very black and bloody from yesterday. And now I have plastics inside my nose. And that's going to stay in there until Tuesday. And then he's going to remove the plastics, and then he's going to have me do rinses with antibiotics. And by the way, the doctor referred, he prescribed me to take antibiotics and Percocets, which you're definitely going to need, because it's painful. It feels very uncomfortable. It's hard to swallow. It's hard. Even though I'm drinking water from a straw. I'm drinking water from a straw, and I'm also, eating lightly, very lightly soft bread. I'm eating soft bread because it's very hard to swallow. Because when you swallow, it makes your ear pops. It pops your ears, and it also hurts your nose. So you definitely have to have some straws for your water or whatever it is that you're drinking, and try not to eat like chunky stuff that's gonna make you crunch. So this is my quick documentary. I'm really praying to God that after this, I don't have to struggle and deal with this chronic sinusitis anymore, infection that I've had to deal with for 6 months. I literally 6 months have been really, really challenging for me. It's affected my quality of life. And I can honestly say that no matter how happy I tried to be, and no matter how happy I forced myself to be, I knew that my quality of life was affected, because I had to take constant ibuprofen, Claritin D12, decongest, just to reduce the swelling. I was taking ibuprofens every day for the pain and the discomfort. It was all on my right side for 6 months. So I want to say that here I am. I'm gonna share it with the rest of the world, and anybody who has any questions, who wants a little bit of insight of what it is that you go through before and during and after. This is pretty much it, and I'm going to make another video, hopefully in a week, regarding the recovery of the deviated septum and chronic sinusitis surgery. And I'm going to make another video with the plastics that I have inside taken out. Right now I have 2 big plastics inside my nose. I don't know if you can see it. It's making my nose look really big and swollen, but I'm supposed to get it taken out in 6 days. And in the meantime, I'm going to rest up. And you will be given antibiotics, Percocets, pain medicine. If you want to take ibuprofen, that's fine. I don't think that's going to help. You can mix the two. Sometimes it helps when I take a little bit of a Percocet with ibuprofen, so, you know, it helps a lot. So I just wanted to give you guys this information, and I hope to see you in 6 to 7 days and give you more updates and more information on my updated recovery process for this. I hope I helped you guys and anybody who had any questions. And if you do have any questions and I haven't discussed it yet, you can always leave me a comment and I'll be happy to respond. Alright everyone, good luck and be healthy.